Three, two, one. Hey y'all, this is Sara Jai here. So, I am on this Saturday sabbatical, shut in, as I would like to call it. I'm scrolling through my Instagram, and one of my highlights is Makeva Jenkins. She comes up, and I'm like, okay, y'all know that I'm following this story. And shout out to I am Tiff Marshall for this post, for being a friend, and for keeping Makeva Jenkins alive in her memories and also on her day to day. So I am Tiff Marshall post here. I felt her spirit too heavy last night. This morning the police made one arrest. This is pain that no one can describe. I'll push on in memory of you, girl. Missing you tremendously. At Makeva J. And so I go to Google, Mr. Google, and search Makeva Jenkins. And then I go to WPEC, CBS12.com. And there's a video of a young guy, 19-year-old, who they say allegedly killed Makeva Jenkins. And, I'm feeling kind of mixy about this because whoever killed Makeva Jenkins was either personally knew her or was either personally connected to someone who knew her. There's no way in the world that someone can just come in your house, shoot you, kill you, let your family go, take your car, and leave. Like, what intruder takes your car? That's really suspect right there. So there's a picture of a 19-year-old. Listen, if he did this, he did not do this by himself. This 19-year-old don't look like no thug. He looked like he just graduated from high school. He's probably on Instagram. He don't look like he got it in him to kill nobody. Now, if he did do it, it was because somebody was behind him. He was working with someone. And so I'm hoping that the West Palm Beach police are keeping their eyes and ears open about Makeva Jenkins, because this case is nowhere near closed. If anything, he's just the bait of catching the big fish. He's going to be the one who's going to rat everybody out. This is what I'm thinking, because he just don't look like the type that will. He's not a killer. He's not a killer. I've seen people who are just straight evil. They look evil. They have no soul. This young man looks like he want to go home. He want to cry. He want to eat a bowl of Fruit Loops, and he want to go back to playing video games. He does not look like the murder type. Now, if he has any connection to this murder, it was because he was influenced by money. Which a lot of times that tends to be the motive for a lot of young black people, a lot of young adults. The motive is money. They want to be on Instagram shining and flossing. And Instagram is very deceitful. People don't realize that, it's staged. They just want to be on scene. They just want to be a part of that scene. So a lot of times they'll be willing to do things to get there. So uh what is this guy's name? Javon Joseph, indictment of first degree murder for Makeva Jenkins. Mr. Joseph, in my heart, I don't believe that you did this. But unfortunately, the way the system is set up, it don't even matter if you did it or not. Because at the end of the day, the West Palm Beach Police Department has an obligation to close this case for their community, for their residents. They can't have an open case like this without, finding somebody to pin to the crime. And that sucks. The way the system is set up, that really, really sucks. So Mr. Joseph, or friends of Mr. Joseph, if you want to see your boy come out of jail, don't be creating justice for Joseph pages. Start putting together an alibi, a truthful alibi, because at the end of the day, Makeva Jenkins deserves justice. Somebody brutally took this woman's life. And the motive obviously was money. On June 7th, Makeva Jenkins posted on her Facebook page, "Cover your family with life insurance. Death is inevitable, no matter how it comes. Cover your family with life insurance." And she put it in caps. "It's affordable, but it does not really matter the cost when it comes to making sure you have the proper insurance to cover funeral expenses when the time comes. Express to your loved ones the importance of having life insurance." And in caps, she says, "Everyone in my house is covered because I know if a trendy," which she probably meant to say tragedy, "if a tragedy happened, I can't just spit out 13,000 or more for a funeral." And then she links her friend Karen Holloway at Northwestern Mutual and says, "She is my go-to girl, but you can choose whoever you want. Just get it." And she says that with urgency. And so, for whatever reason, Makeva Jenkins got a hunch to get herself some health insurance, and she went very public about it, which me personally, I don't think was very much of a good idea, because now if anyone has any type of motive to kill you, it sends the police department in a frenzy, because they don't know the odds of finding who did it is kind of broad, because you don't went public. And when you go public about private information like that, it's hard to really pinpoint, because there could be many different motives of someone wanting to kill you. People could always say it was because it was business related, or jealousy. But had she kept this matter of health insurance, not health insurance, but life insurance, had she kept that matter of life insurance private, then it would have probably narrowed down suspects to her killer. So, but I just want to highlight her emphasis where she says, "Everyone in my house is covered." So that goes back to say, since everyone in her house is covered, if it was someone outside of her house, then why not kill everybody? Why not kill everybody and get all the money? But specifically, Makeva Jenkins was killed because Makeva Jenkins' killer has a greater chance of inheriting her life insurance. Makeva Jenkins deserved justice. Somebody brutally took this woman's life. And the motive obviously was money, jealousy, envy. Personally, I think her husband has connections with this murder because who else is going to inherit the life insurance policy? The husband and the children. Come on, that's obvious. But again, as I said, I believe that Mr. Javon Joseph is the bait to catching a big fish. Mr. Joseph is going to snitch. He don't want to be in jail. Mr. Joseph looks soft. He don't look like the jail type. He don't look like the type. He got on his Adidas sweatpants.
Did you kill Makeva Jenkins?
No. Some type of name brand t-shirt and flip-flops. Mr. Joseph ain't no thug, y'all. Mr. Joseph trying to catch the girls. He not trying to catch cases. I don't believe this. I don't, for 1 second, I don't believe this. I'm not falling for it. Makeva Jenkins' killer is still out there. Somebody was paid off through her insurance money. But you know what? What happens in the dark always comes to the light. The seed that you plant will always come to the surface and show its face. This case is far from closed, and I urge the West Palm Beach Police Department in Florida to keep their eyes and ears open to really, really catch Makeva Jenkins' murderer. This is far from over. This is Sara Jai logging off. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos and other videos like this and whatever else come to mind. I'll talk to y'all soon.